These are Sony's latest flagship headphones. Are they better than Apple's AirPods Max? How are they for traveling, and should you buy them? And what's the good and the bad? Well, that's what we're gonna be talking about in this review. There's a lot to like about these headphones, and there's a lot that might not be that positive. Let's get started. What's going on, guys? My name is Nikia. So my experience with the AirPods Max has been really mixed. I really like them for certain things, but for traveling, they kind of disappoint me in really specific occasion. I actually uploaded my traveler's perspective on the AirPods Max, links in the description. Now, I've been looking for a pair of headphones for traveling. Have these met my expectations? Do they mark off everything that I need in terms of traveling? Well, let's get started with the design. I mean, these guys really are really different than the AirPods Max. The AirPods Max are really luxury headphones in terms of the look, in terms of the design, in terms of the feel. These are luxury headphones, but they definitely don't look like luxury headphones. These feel really plasticky and really cheap, and the design of it is absolutely beautiful. But once you actually hold them in your hands, they feel extremely cheap. They are extremely flexible, and I don't say that as a bad thing, because for traveling, you really need light headphones. And these guys are extremely light. And when I say light, they are very light. With the AirPods Max, it's got such a big headphone band that it's really uncomfortable when traveling. Plus, the AirPods Max are very, very heavy. So for traveling, it just did not convince me. So these, for traveling, in terms of design and in terms of fit and in terms of material, they really take it off for me. I actually wore them on a trip. I've worn them on the airplane. I've worn them on the train, and they are extremely comfortable headphones for traveling. There's a couple features that really surprised me about these headphones. For example, tactile buttons. You can swipe up to pull up the volume, or swipe down to turn down the volume, or swipe right to skip a song. It's extremely useful, and it's a feature that I really wish were on the AirPods. Another feature that's honestly my favorite is this. So imagine you're working at your office or at your desk and somebody wants to talk to you. You simply do like this and it will turn on transparency mode. It's such a useful feature and works so seamlessly. It surprised me how well it actually works. Extremely useful for a bunch of different occasions, which, talking about transparency mode, these headphones are filled with microphones. In fact, it's actually got 8 microphones, which is extremely useful for transparency mode. Transparency mode, I'd say, is equally as good as the AirPods Max. Maybe the AirPods Max are a little bit better and a little bit superior. I feel like the AirPods Max are like the default in terms of transparency mode, but these don't go really far off. They work extremely well, and you can hear it surrounding you. So if you live in the city, it's kind of dangerous sometimes to turn on noise cancellation because there's cars going on and maybe you don't see a car, you don't hear a car. So transparency mode is definitely really useful in that occasion. And then once you actually want to turn on noise cancellation, it truly shines. On the AirPods Max, I wouldn't say you get pressure, but you do get a little bit of pressure. With the 1000XM5s, you do not hear pressure at all. It's a very comfortable noise cancellation, I'd say, and you really don't hear anything. In terms of the battery life, we get 30 hours of battery life, and you charge it via USB-C. I wish the AirPods Max honestly would have USB-C. These guys have it, so I can charge my MacBook, my iPad, all of my devices with the same cable, which is extremely useful. Talking about ports, you also get a headphone jack, which is extremely useful. On buttons, you actually get a power on, power off button, and a noise cancellation / transparency mode button. Now let's talk about what you probably want to know. How's the sound quality? How do they sound? How do they sound compared to the AirPods Max? And most importantly, how does Dua Lipa sound inside of these guys? First of all, Dua Lipa sounds great, but Dua Lipa always sounds great. In terms of how do they sound, in all honesty, they sound really good. They sound what you would expect in terms of some headphones that cost this much money. They are, at the end, high-end headphones, and they sound extremely good. Now, if we compare them to the AirPods Max, I gotta say that the sound quality, there's actually a pretty big difference compared to the AirPods Max. It's not massively different, but I really noticed the difference. First and foremost, they do not go as loud as the AirPods Max. The AirPods Max sound really good, and they sound really crisp. These are more neutral sound quality, I guess I'd say it, AirPods Max just sound really strong and they sound really high. These don't go as high, and once again, it's more neutral. So depending on which style of music you prefer, AirPods Max might be a better choice. But I'm not saying that, you know, everybody should not buy these things. I mean, they sound really good. So depending on the music style that you actually listen, these might be a better choice. They're just more neutral. Now, the 1000XM5s will come with this carrying case. Now, my thoughts with this carrying case, I don't mind it. What I don't mind is that they don't fold, right? They have this mechanism that pulls up and pulls down, which is honestly really aesthetically beautiful. Their predecessor did fold, so I see this as a downside in that sense. But since they don't fold, I guess, yeah, sure, these are fine to carry around. Sure, it's a big case, but yeah, I mean, they are protected, and they are one of the things that I don't really like about the AirPods Max case is that, you know, this little bra case doesn't really protect your headphones. This definitely protects your headphones. Sure, it is very big, but I mean, it protects it. One thing that definitely surprised me in a really bad way is the water resistance. So there's no water resistance in these headphones, which means not even rain. So be careful if you actually do pick up these headphones, they are not resistant against rain, which, I mean, be careful even if you wear them during your workout with your sweat, it's not water resistance. So yikes. The Sony WH-1000XM5s are an incredible piece of hardware. They look beautiful, they sound great, noise cancellation is honestly incredible. Now, in terms of that they feel cheap, in terms of that they don't sound as good as the AirPods Max, they're actually cheaper, they feel cheaper, so it depends on what you're looking for. If you want really good headphones for traveling, these might be it, and these might be a better choice than the AirPods Max. It depends on what you want, right? Because we're all different. Right? Don't hate on people that want the AirPods Max. Don't hate on people that want the 1000XM5s. I mean, you can hate them for the name because the name of the Sony 1000XM5s are horrible. But other than that, let's respect each other because that's the magic of the entire world. Be happy because life is good. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. 100 times a day.